Metal Slug!
Next up, Nurgle. Alright, what do we got? The Children of Decay. The 10-second turn, 4 Gatebreakers. Yeah, I mean, move 10, done. Charge phase. Alright, charge it in. Combat. 4 up. Nope, nothing happens. Next guy, 4 up. Nope, nothing happens. And finally, third guy. 4 up. Alright, nice. 12 mortal wounds, you're dead. And go, your turn. Technically a bad turn, nothing happened twice. But I'm here for a good time, not a long time. We love Pappy Nurgle. Everything, no matter how grand or glorious, must eventually decay. Entropy is a cosmic constant in the mortal realms, and is Nurgle who embodies this perpetual truth. Characterized by a jolly temperament seemingly at odds with the filth and disease that are the tools of his trade, Nurgle is a creature of cycles, for that which rots will eventually sprout and spread new life in the form of molds, diseases, and maggots. His followers know him as Grandfather, and he welcomes his congregation with open arms, asking only that they share his gifts far and wide, eventually to infect all of reality with infernal poxin. The mortals who worship Nurgle see their diseased forms as a blessing, for they are inured to pain and despair, their blood burning with feverish power, their bodies protected by layers of swollen flesh. They march with lumbering purpose amid the peals of dolorous bells, attended by swarms of flies poisoning the land in their wake. This corruption thins the walls in reality, welcoming grotesque and bloated demons alongside seeping acrid filth from the realm of chaos. These foul creatures carry with them a portion of their lord's garden, encouraging the next stage of the great cycle of decay. Such armies are known as the Maggotkin of Nurgle, bringers of rot and ruin. While he is known for his mirth, it is despair that grants Nurgle his power. Ever since the first mortal succumbed to hopelessness, Grandfather has plied his trade. The fear of disease and decay, made ever more potent by the teeming masses that cower in the free cities, only empowers him further. Nurgle's power waxes and wanes more than any other player in the great game, matching the cycles of despair and decay that grip the realms. So long as the inevitable looms, the Fly Lord can never be truly stamped out, and when people are gripped by lethal epidemics and terrible loss, often in the aftermath of great wars, his might swells. The Plague God welcomes outcasts racked with disease into his throng with open arms, turns their afflictions into blessings, if only they supplicate themselves. Where once they were weakened by sickness, rancid flesh sloughs off, to be replaced by rotten resilience. His mortal forces are supernaturally tough as well. Likes of the Putrid Blightkings might be slow, but they can take a beating. Of his demonic followers, the beasts of Nurgle most mirror their master's jovial nature. Irrepressible creatures with sickly smiles who bound into battle, encouraged by convivial great Unclean Ones, and surrounded by capering, fawatted imps known as Nurglings. Plaguebearers have a more curmudgeonly disposition, on the other hand. Charged with counting the countless afflictions of the realms, they find the rambunctious attitude of their kin grating. Not that such distinctions matter to those they cut down with their rusted blades. Be with there, probably. When the Maggotkin hosts muster, they bring kingdoms to their knees with unnatural agues. Agues? I've seen this word and I know what it means. I just never had to speak it out loud. Not sure how to pronounce it. And drink deep of their despair. And though Nurgle's armies crop up in each of the realms, it is twisting the realm of life into an extension of his beloved garden that motivates him beyond all else. What is disease if not an all-conquering form of life? If the realms must rot to bring Nurgle's grand vision into being, so much the better. Alright, I want to know how to pronounce this.
Agues. Agues.
Agues.
Agues.
Alright. It is agues. Alright. Battle traits. Alright, here we go. Agues. Once per turn army, end of any turn. Blessed by the Plague Father. Pick one of the following. Infect, spread, or mutate. Cool, we got some disease. Pick an enemy unit that is in combat with friendly Maggotkin and Nurgle to be the target. Target has the disease keyword. Pick a diseased enemy unit to be the target. Each other enemy unit within the target's combat range has disease, so we're spreading. And mutate. If all enemy units on the battlefield have disease, inflict 1 mortal damage. Okay, that's very minor. That's super minor. You've diseased the entire table and all you get out of it is 1 mortal damage? Like, gives a shit. That's probably really hard to do, too. Man, what a weak payoff. Maybe there's more, but what a weak payoff. Also, your opponent gets to play around this very easily, right? They just stay out of their own combat ranges. And you can't spread. This is like your opponent can really play around this. That being said, a lot of buffs now are combat range. So maybe they can't afford to, or that gives them a hard choice, I suppose. Desperate Remedy is passive. If a diseased enemy unit uses an ability that would heal or return slain models to it, instead of healing, it no longer is diseased. Oh, this is good, actually. This essentially stops them from doing their bullshit. I mean, it gets rid of your disease, but you can probably reapply it. Okay, I like this passive. That's cool. It's both a way out for your opponent, and it's a way to stop their bullshit for yours. So I like that. Once per turn, racked with a disease, roll d3 for each diseased enemy on a 2-up. Inflict Stonehorn impact hit mortal damage to that unit. Oh, okay. Oh, no, that's good. That's for each. So, mutate is just like 1 extra on top of everything else. Yeah, because racked with disease. No, this is good. Yeah. All right. No, disease is good. Disease is good. End of any turn for all this stuff. Disease good.
Please clap.
Ahem. No more counting stupid bullshit. Tokens everywhere. Diseased, yes or no? I guess there's still tokens everywhere. But at least you're not counting and there's tokens, right? You don't have the Cycle of Corruption anymore. Which, I mean, I thought Cycle of Corruption was a cool idea, never implemented well at all. I thought its implementation was fairly horrible. Randomly finding a starting place, bad idea. I liked the 2nd edition. It rotates, but then you take a guy who's able to set it somewhere once per game, you know. I thought that was actually kind of cool. But in 3rd edition, where it just like started in a random place, it was dumb. Didn't like that. Was it worth getting rid of entirely? No. But that's the kind of thing we do in 4th. We get rid of everything. And every army is one thing now. Which is sad. That being said, who knows where we'll find it elsewise. They've been doing a little cups and balls with some of this stuff. Not gone, just moved in a different place. So we'll see. Copium, I guess. The cycle is gone. Some people seem very upset about that. I think those, if I had to speak for those people, I would say that they're probably more upset that it wasn't iterated on to become fun, and less like they lost it and they're sad. Although maybe not. The Taliban of Nurgle. Disease and Pestilence personified. From the 2nd battle round onwards, add 1 of the amount of mortal damage inflicted, if any, by the racked with disease ability. Boring. Boring. Yeah. Racked with Disease is impact hits. It's the same. And this is the Beast Claw like subfaction, right? Just +1, if any. 33% fail on everything. Yeah. Boring. Arcana and Incantations. Lore of Malignance. 7. Fleshy Abundance. Unlimited. If the target unit is damaged, heal D3. If it's not, -1 from wound rolls for attacks that targeted. Awesome spell. Awesome spell. Spell's great. Yeah. Unlimited heal or protection spell on all your guys. It's great. Yeah. Love it. Some of the unlimited spells are weird, and some of them you're like, why would I want to cast this more than once? And some of them are, I don't want to cast this ever. Fleshy Abundance, one of the good ones. Kind of nice. Now I have a question, a rules question for you. No wizard can try to cast the same spell twice, even if it's unlimited. Can you target the same guy twice with this? I.e., can I cast Fleshy Abundance with one guy on Unit A, and then heal him to full, and then caster B also casts onto Unit A that just got healed, and now he gets -1 to wound? If you can, Fleshy Abundance even better, and I already thought it was good. Heal the Blightkings, then give them -1 to wound. It does work. Ooh, double fleshies? It's just you can't try to cast the same, you know. Hey Barracuda, thanks tier 1 for Crow Ruist. Appreciate it. Thanks for the gift. Hey Barracuda. If you can't target the same guy, it would say so in the spell. Yeah, wouldn't it? It would say in Declare, probably. Damn. Alright. Fleshy Abundance, good. Taliban, boring. Battle trait. Disease is looking great. Damn, this is a lot of empty space in the battle trait section. You could have wrote something else. What you did write is cool, but it's a lot of empty space in here. I think you're sleeping on the Taliban. I am not. This is not really a power level thing. This is an excitement thing. It's boring. Add 1 to some rolls. Boring. I don't know. It's like good. It'll definitely add up. I just think it's boring. Anyway. I think you're sleeping on the Taliban. Great Unclean One. Huge. 20 health, 4-up save. 5 control, 6 move. Yo, he's kind of booking it. Wasn't he 4 before? I can't remember what he was before. This actually matters. Any Nurgle players? Was he slower than this before, or was he always 6? He gained 2 speed and 2 wounds. Must be nice. Good. This is still, like, ludicrously slow for a monster. Even 10 is not okay. But I guess anywhere up from 4 is good. Noxious Bile, D3 plus 3 attacks. Nice. 3s and 2s, 2-2. Shoot in combat. Dude, alright. Ranged weapon, kind of nice. Very short range. But profile is kind of nice. Colossal Blight weapons, 4 attacks, 3s and 2s, 2-4. Nice, 4 damage. He's kind of swinging. And then 10 hosts of Nurgling. I don't know why bother, but alright. Battle damage 10 or more. Attack characteristic of Blight weapon is 3. Okay, that's not too much. He sure doesn't have a lot of attacks. They are impactful when they happen, and his bile is pretty good. He's got a 5-up ward and a 4-up save and 20 wounds. He's big. He's big. Once per turn army, your movement phase. Locus of Nurgle. Pick friendly Maggotkin and Nurgle demon unit that started the battle with 3 or more models and that has been destroyed on a 4-up. Oh, once per turn army, your movement phase. Once per turn on a 4-up. Replace it. Okay, so you do have to keep trying, but it's not like it's once per game, and he's probably going to live because he's huge. It's sad that they got rid of the bell because that thing was cool, and it's sad they got rid of the knife for the bonuses because that thing was cool. He's a wizard too, which is good. Once per turn army, end of any turn. If this unit is damaged, pick up the 3 enemy units in combat with it. Roll d3 for each target on a 2-up, inflict an amount of mortal damage. Nice, okay, and it's a rampage, end of any turn, yeah. So if he's damaged, he's just pulsing mortal wounds constantly. End of both turns, nice. Is it more durable than a mega? Yeah. A 5-up ward with this money, with this much life is worth 15 wounds, I think. Depends on the number of mortal wounds thrown at you, actually. But they say there's less mortal wounds in this game. I don't believe that. I think they're just spread out. It's the same amount, you're just taking them all the time. A d3 at a time. Anyway, this is a cool rampage. It's kind of a cool rampage. This thing, it sucks that you have to roll for it, but I guess you just keep using it until you succeed, right? Your hero phase Plaguebearers 7. Here you go. Trade offer, you get disease, I get you getting disease. Nice. Great Unclean One's cool. I like this guy. Bonus movement. Got other bonus movement potentials. Reanimates your demons. Plague Wind is a decent spell, and if you don't want it, the spell's great, right? So I think his rampage is fun. He does not have a lot of attacks, but the ones he does have are damage 4, and his bile is pretty cool. It's weird that his host of Nurglings have 10 attacks at 5s and 5s, which on average will do 0 damage to everything. Just actually 0, you're wasting your entire life rolling all this. But okay. Cool. I think he's cool. Silly question, maybe wizards card themselves with their spells? Yes. They also count as being in range of their own spells, if that matters. Sloppity Bilepiper. Oh, it's the boy. 5-up ward. Okay, it looks like they all have 5-up wards. We are disgustingly resilient in this army. That makes sense. 5 health, 5-up save. That sucks, but he also has a 5-up ward, so that's fine. Only 4. Very slow guy. But you're not fighting with him anyway. You're just running every turn, so it's fine. Crit auto wound isn't completely irrelevant with 10 dice. Yeah, I suppose so. Like, you roll 10 attacks, and the 2 6s auto wound, and those are the only ones that probably wound at all. And then your opponent passes 2 non-red saves and passes them. Alright. I don't know. I was kind of looking for, like, crit mortal maybe on these or something like that. I would say like 10 attacks, 5s and 5s, but crit mortal. So at least something might happen. Seems like a little bit of a waste of time, but I guess it's fine. Once per turn army. Any combat phase. Jolly Gut Pipes. Maggotkin and Nurgle demon unit holy than 12. Okay, so we're still racist. We're still playing stupid bingo a little bit with demons. You know, demon only, demon only. This does make sense that you can bring demons back to life by summoning new ones and not mortals. So that actually makes sense. I'm sad he lost the bell. I'm sad he lost the dagger. Roll die on a 2-up, pick one of the following. Oh, a 2-up, huh? Add 1 to wound rolls for the target's attacks. Good. Ward rolls cannot be made for damage points inflicted by the target's combat attacks. Silver bullet, usually nothing, but it's a nice option to have since you get to pick. Good. Good work. And my love is like a ripe, right fart. Subtract 1 from hit rolls for attacks made by enemy units that target this unit. Nice. You can get -1 to be hit and -1 to wound in this army. Decent combat buff, silver bullet, and good defensive spell. Yeah, this shit's great. And it just works on a 2-up. Any combat phase. Combat phase specifically. That's not a Photoshop? No, they're really that stupid. Yes, they're really that dumb. They are really that cringe. What's the point of 2-up? To waste your time, literally. I don't know why. Because it should basically always work, but they want you to feel bad when it doesn't. I don't know. I can't explain it. They want there to be a chance of it failing, I guess. But the minimum chance. Anyway, look at this guy. How fun. Harbinger of Decay. Dude looks so cool. Look at this. Look at this dude. Please be good, please be good, please be good. 7 health, 3-up save. 5-up ward. You love to see it. 3 attacks, 3s and 3s, 1/3. It's a frost spear. Crit mortal. Ooh, crit mortal on 3 damage. Nice. Horsey with some fucking nothing attacks. Man's a priest. Once per battle army, enemy hero phase. Up to 3 enemy units within 24. Till the start of your next turn. -1 move characteristic. And -1 run rolls. And charge rolls. This is great. Awesome. Knell of Doom. 3 enemy units, 24. Enemy hero phase. Nice. I like it. I like it and I like him. And then your hero phase, Omens of Decay. Kind of hard to pray for it. But it might happen. 4-up. You know, we're flipping coins here. Subtract twice the current battle round number from the target's control score for the rest of the turn. If the chanting roll is 10, all enemy units. Okay. If control score matters, this is good. I hope it matters. If control score ends up not mattering like it didn't in 3rd, the equivalent, then so much that we've looked at is like useless. So I think it, you know, I'm just going to assume that it is. I'm just going to assume that it is going to be really important. Because if it's not, they'll fix it. Nice-oo. Fizz6, thanks for the tier 1. Appreciate it. To the community. Thanks for the gifter. You'll be sad if there's no prayer lore. Surely there's a prayer lore. Don't even play. Do you like the scythe or the bow for this guy more? That's hard. Just put the bell on the scythe. Like, take this part and put it on the scythe. That's what you do. Ahem. I think he's cool and I like it. Remember that the difference between an 8-inch charge and a 9-inch charge is huge, and some strategies revolve around it. -1 move, -1 charge is kind of like -2 inches on the charge, you know what I mean? It could matter. It's nice. Putrid Blightkings. Oh, they got it. They got it! The 5-up ward. Look at them. Disgustingly resilient. They got it. Let go. And they get a musician and a standard bearer, 5-man unit. Big meaty men. Ooh, down to 3 health. Okay. Gone are the days where these dudes had 4 health, possibly 5. I will take a 3-up save and a 5-up ward any day of the week compared to 4 or 5 wounds. Easy. Yeah. Big 5-up ward and a 3-up save. Let's go. Belly. Welcome to the meat dimension. So they got down to 4 attacks from 6. And no exploding. No exploding hits. They kept their rend, though. That rend, you guys had to fight for 4 years to get that fucking rend. I thought it was 6 attacks. It was 5? Okay. I really would have liked to see ability here. Just something, you know? I would have liked to see one thing written in this ability section. This is kind of sad. Bloated bulk. Add 3 to the unit's control score while each model in this unit is contesting an objective you control. Okay, so they control kind of big. Man, this is a very, very empty war scroll. There's just nothing. This reminds me of when I was looking at Gutbuster units. And they're like, they got attacks. That's it. Yeah. 3 up, 4 wounds, 5 up, probably -1 to be wounded, possibly also -1 to be hit and wounded. They're super anvils, like old school anvils that do like no damage, but they just sit there and don't die and get a bonus to control score and just disease stuff around them. Classic anvil. You don't see these kind of things very much anymore. You just keep healing them, yeah. Man, I really wanted an ability here, or down here, just anything else. Looking pretty empty. And they're very slow. But they're fucking hard to shift. Yeah, they lost the post-combat mortals. They don't have exploding hits like they used to. Yeah, it's control score, not control characteristic. Yeah. Almost everything that adds to control score and not characteristic that I've seen so far. Yeah, 5 on an objective you control is what? 5 plus 3 is 8 plus standard bearer, so 9. You could argue post-combat mortals is now the army role. Yeah, but everybody gets that, you know? So if everyone gets it, you kind of ignore it. And then compare what how they're different rather than how they're the same. Then again, if that benefits one strategy more than another, I think it is worth considering. Right? For instance, end of combat or end of turn mortal wounds matters more on guys like this that probably won't be dead at the end of turn. And if you're comparing it to some other guy that probably will be dead at end of turn, it's like they don't have that ability. So maybe that's a counter argument. Anyway, they're fucking huge. What's 10 of these look like? 30 wounds. 30 wounds on a 3-up, 5-up. That's probably -1 to be wounded. Jesus. 14 control. Big. A word from the studio. Hey, Jimbo. Maggotkin of Nurgle units will try their hardest to spread the mirthful disease of their grandfather to their enemies who, if they are sensible, will try their hardest to avoid catching them. The results in some really interesting play where the Nurgle units create danger zones, which their opponent will not want to drive the highway to. Or rather, they'll avoid it like the plague, while still trying to complete their objectives or risk an infection spreading like wildfire throughout their ranks. For example, Putrid Blightkings are excellent objective holders, as they are hard to shift. Their bloated bulk ability improves their control score while they are contesting an objective the Maggotkin Nurgle player controls. Getting close to units risks infection, but you can't capture the objective unless you get close to the Putrid Blightkings. Throw the Harbinger of Decay in, and enemy forces will find themselves in a losing battle if they don't act fast. This makes for a cycle of really interesting play. You get her name out of your mouth. You got rid of the cycle, huh? Which is sure will make Grandfather Nurgle extremely happy. Damn. I wish they would let the designers talk to us like they were people, instead of this halfway point stuff. They're halfway there. And then what do we got down here? Plaguebearers. Look at how awful these models look. They're like Lincoln Log Minecraft models. 6 up save, 2 health, 4-inch move, 0 damage. Well, they got crit mortal, I guess. 1 attack a model? Jesus. Subtract 1 from hit rolls for shooting attacks. Target this unit 5 aboard. So you got 10 guys. They all attack, do 2 mortal wounds, and then you roll 2 no-rend saves and pass it, and then you move on with your life. These are bad. Their job is to be at 20 health with a ward. Yeah. No save, though. Kinda. I guess it's all going to come down to points. These are essentially chaff, right? Like, they're probably pointed as chaff. They're not supposed to do damage or look impressive. Their job is to die, and then get brought back to life by the Guo on a 4-up, right? And they at least have a chance in hell of doing like some damage sometimes with the crit mortal. And also this is the Spearhead version, so who knows. For what it's worth, it's a joke in your gaming group that the God Chaos factions all add a keyword to their to enemies. So the current guess for Khorne is bleeding, and Slaanesh is tempted, but horny is in the running. 4-inch chaff. Okay, Plaguebearers do not spark joy. Putrid Blightkings are like the best of times, the worst of times. They're so close. They're like actually really exciting, but they're missing something. Some rule, anything. B-, maybe C+. They're really durable though. And the control thing is cool. 5 up board. This guy looks so awesome that my brain stops working. And I try to invent situations where he would be useful instead of just admit that he's probably not worth playing, even though he looks awesome. And I'm sad because of it. Did summoning go away? Yes. It's a good thing, too. Sloppity Bilepiper, auto-include. He's great. He's fun. He does a bunch of shit. It almost always works. It's demon only. But, yeah, he's great. You're in. You're in, kid. Guo, huge, incredibly durable, actually faster, which is good. Lost the bell, very sad. Lost the spellcaster dagger, very sad. Spells good. He's double wizard, that's very good. Locus of Nurgle's okay. Big random. Bloated with corruption is fun. Big damage numbers. Yeah, Guo is sweet. Imagine trying to kill this fucking guy. Hello, I am a Guo. 20 health, 4 up save, 5 up ward, -1 to be wounded, -1 to be hit, healing every turn. Blah. His base is so big, you just put him on the objective and people can't physically move onto it. Fleshy Abundance is an excellent excellent unlimited spell. You'll love it. You'll love to see it. Taliban is boring, but probably good. And battle traits section looking really blank. A lot of empty space here. You could have put anything. You could have put something, anything here. A little disappointing, but diseases are sounding really nice. All in all, I think I'm excited for Nurgle. Am I putting him in A? Disease is really good. Fleshy Abundance is really good. Great Unclean One is sweet and huge. Sloppity is great. Harbinger of Decay looks great, and I have thoughts and prayers for excusing him into your army. Putrid Blightkings are fucking huge, just a classic anvil. The only disappointing thing is Plaguebearers. I wanted one more rule on these guys. And there's a lot of empty space in this battle trait section that you could have put something or anything. So they're not S, but they're like, yeah, I think I'm excited about Nurgle. They're cool. I saw Weird Flame in Tzeentch. And so I'm like, geez, what are they going to do to Disease? Disease looks great, dude. End of every turn, D3 Mortals, maybe. 66%. I'm liking it. I think it's cool. SOB is like right here / right here at this moment. And losing the Cycle of Corruption wasn't so bad because it sucked. And was super random. You roll a die and determine like whether your battle trait is going to do anything from turn 1 on. It's like your Gloomspite gets. Could they have fixed it? Yeah. They decided not to, because it's 4th edition. I know how you feel. But you got to keep the way better thing, at least, I guess. Big difference between burning and disease. The burning goes away on a 1 of the D3 and disease stays. Yeah, and also the disease hurts everybody. The Weird Flame, I think you have to pick a 1. If disease is on 5 guys you're rolling for. If Weird Flame is on 5 guys, I think you only get to choose 1. It's like way worse. Yeah, we still got Aidna Deepkin right here, which I know a thing or two about. And Fire Slayers, which I know a thing or two about. And then we got to fill in the rest of the tier list. And then I'm just going to keep this open on a tab forever. And then every time next week when we talk about the new ones, we're just going to add it and see how they all kick up.